Welcome to Kicks Gaming. This is Papa Kicks. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video because we have a pretty cool surprise. In the Hunter Showcase series, we will dive into the mechanics of each hunter and point out where they shine, where they don't, and what makes them unique, and any weird interactions they might have. Snowman is fun. It's as simple as that. He is just enjoyable to play. You get to run around like a crazy person and go pew pew pew. Snowman's default attack has a freeze effect, just like Frozen Queen and Protector, making him a great support hunter in things like co-op or on floors with no healing in maze. And that's about it. Until you get his perk, Snowman's Rage. With this perk, each frozen target increases Snowman's movement speed by 2%, attack speed by 10%, and damage by 10%. You always have one frozen target, so that's a 10% attack speed and 10 damage bonus by default. But what happens when you start hitting multiple targets with Ricochet and Long Freeze? This is what happens. If you get the right perks, Snowman can do hundreds of co-op waves solo. Only a few hunters are capable of doing this. But what about boss hunt when you only have one target? While annoying, it's not an issue. Just run back and hit a bunch of targets, then go back and go crazy on the boss again. I used this strategy to get tier 1 during the boss hunt Discord event. It wasn't just easy, it was fun. But he does have his limits. In a fight like Kraken, there will only ever be one target, so he's very limited in his usefulness there. His damage will be similar to Vlad, but without Demon Pact. Ouch. Additionally, unless your teammate is bringing you mobs, he will not work well on Yeti as the primary DPS. On the other hand, he works great for playing the control hunter. Not only does his attack slow Yeti from moving, allowing your teammate to DPS without any trouble, but he's also immune to the frost zones. In fact, he's not only immune, but he heals from them. Makes sense, right? He's a snowman, so frost damage heals him. What's really crazy is that in Bounty Hunter, hunters that deal frost damage heal snowmen as well. Skullmaster, Frozen Queen, and other snowmen will all heal him. It probably won't help you too much, but it's still a funny and interesting side note. On Maze, he can be of great use on the no-heal maps if you use this strategy. If the boss can't hit you, he will run to where you were, not where you are. So make the boss miss you, and then he will start running to your previous location. During this time, he will completely ignore you, allowing you to do a ton of damage without getting hit. And because of the freeze, it takes him forever to get to your previous location. It's a very easy win, and this strategy works with any hunter who can freeze. Let's see how he ranks. In hunt mode, he's rank A, but who isn't? In hardcore hunt, he's rank C. He has potential to be better, but he just doesn't kill fast enough at the start to be competitive. You're better off using other hunters. In PvP, he's a lot of fun to play with great crowd control, especially when the enemy's attacks heal you. It's pretty funny. As I mentioned before, he is one of only a few hunters who can solo co-op. I made it to level 210 here before goofing up and getting the king killed. In boss hunt, he can be a lot of fun to play, especially leveling up. But it's not as fun when you have to run back and refill your rage stacks. It's definitely effective, but there are much better hunters available. In dungeons, he's kind of a mix depending on what you're running. In Dragon, he's useful but requires work, see boss hunt. In Kraken, without the ability to refresh his rage stacks, he becomes a very bad choice for Kraken. And that gives him an F. In Yeti, without maze gear, he's a solid S. If you don't have maze gear, Snowman will work wonders for controlling Yeti and allowing your team to defeat him easily. Before people had Yeti sets, he was on pretty much everyone's list. With maze gear, it knocks him down some. With life drain, his unique abilities don't shine as much. But if you keep your rage stacks up, he's still a lot of fun. In maze, he's a solid S for the no healing floors using the slow strategy that I mentioned earlier. As a single-hit hunter, fire is standard for him, nothing special. He will stack poison very fast if you have enough rage and long freeze, but without it, he isn't anything special. Damage works just fine for Snowman, but but it's also nothing special. Tentacles are great as this increases the number of targets that will be frozen at once, increasing his Snowman Rage bonus. Attack speed is useful for Snowman, but attack speed for Power Stones is just not a good choice. Since you might be using him on no healing floors, Life Drain isn't necessarily needed, but chances are you're not going to remove it from your gear anyway, so it's fine. First and foremost is Snowman's Rage. Always pick this when offered. However, very close second is Long Freeze. This increases the duration of the Snowman Rage buff. You kinda want to keep them balanced. Followed very closely by Ricochet. This increases the number of frozen targets at once. Last would be Distance, especially in co-op. The rest is pretty standard perk priority that we already know. There are a few side effects with frozen targets and Snowman's Rage. The first is that other hunters with freeze effects will actually steal his frozen targets, reducing the effectiveness of Snowman's Rage. For example, if you have two snowmen, you can see them swapping the frozen buff back and forth. Both of them should have one stack of Snowman's Rage, but the game only considers the last hit as the active freeze. The second caveat is that targets that die from any other source other than white damage get immediately removed from Snowman's stacks of Rage. This means that the target dying to poison, fire, or death strike will remove one stack of frozen target immediately, rather than waiting for the long freeze duration to wear off. In other words, he is a poor choice for DPS when paired with a hunter like Grim Reaper in co-op. So that's Snowman. He's a pretty solid hunter, but again, extremely fun to play. He's one of my favorites. So why did I pick Snowman for the Hunter Showcase when you won't get him until winter? That's because a friend of the channel has decided to do a giveaway for Kicks Gaming subscribers. How cool is that? Do you see what I did there? And the first giveaway is Snowman. This is your chance to get him 5 months early. Make sure you subscribe to be eligible and then check the description for how to register for the giveaway. A huge shout out to everyone who makes this channel successful, whether it's sponsoring a giveaway, by being a patron, for hitting that like button like a badass, or even just watching. You are all appreciated and you all make this channel successful. Stick with me and who knows where this journey will take us. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe. If I did Snowman this video, I wonder what it means if I'm doing Frankie in my next video. Interesting. Papa Kicks out.